The other big story tonight, a few days ago, not many Indians knew who Aseem Trivedi was or had even seen his cartoons. Now he's a hero of free speech after a completely ham-handed arrest and charges framed against him of sedition by a Mumbai court. Today, Aseem Trivedi refused to apply for bail as a court sent him to jail for 14 days. This as the police did a flip-flop and said they don't want his custody after all, but a court went ahead and remanded him to judicial custody. Well, joining me tonight on that, I've got two popular cartoonists. We all see their cartoons every morning. Keshav, who's a cartoonist for The Hindu. We read him every morning, and of course, we watch him look at his cartoons every morning. And Jayanto Banerjee of the Hindustan Times. Also, Professor Shiv Viswanathan stays with us. Jayanto, first to you. Your take on this whole controversy as a cartoonist, does it sometimes worry you or think that, do you feel by this incident that you need to limit yourself, or what are the topics that you can touch on or not touch on?
I feel that actually this episode has nothing to do with what we are doing and a lot of sensible cartoonists are doing. Because if I tell you very briefly that what has happened, although I have not seen the cartoons, what has happened that the symbol which was used and distorted in the cartoon was is actually not related to any political party or any corrupt individual or any other section of our society. So that is a Ashoka four-lion symbol, which is, I think, a prestigious symbol of a country all over the world. They respect it. So this little thing might have disturbed couple of sentiments, and that is why this whole ruckus is taking place.
You don't think it's an attack on the freedom of speech?
Though that is part of it, because freedom of speech is there, and I think we are protected by the law of this land, and we know most sensible people and most people who are in this profession, even outside the profession, they understand the freedom of speech and to what extent we have the freedom.
Keshav, comment on that. You actually drawn a cartoon depicting really this whole issue of sedition and the charge against this cartoon. Whereas, as I said, it's about how you view it. Some may think that it's in bad taste. Some may think that Aseem did go too far. But the charge of sedition just seemed a complete overreaction. Let's just have a look at that cartoon and your view on what's happened. Keshav, go ahead.
Yeah, coming to the sedition part. I think it's an overreaction by the government. See, I'll put these things in perspective. See, that is Aseem Trivedi actually is a campaign cartoonist, but whereas he has to be distinguished from the other cartoonists who are mainstream. See, we don't do campaign cartoons. We don't go and go on a rally and give our pictures, something like graffiti, which they display where the rally of Anna Hazare was held. Actually, this is campaign cartooning. It was intended to be a campaign cartooning, and it was published in a blog called India Against Corruption. So I think there was no holds barred visuals. I mean, they have used all kinds of national symbols like Parliament, and there were no limits. There was no holds barred. I mean, it was totally distasteful. But that doesn't call for a charge of sedition. See, that is the point I'm trying to make. Because it was meant to be a campaign cartooning. There was anger all around against corruption and the levels of corruption which the government was into. And this was a national popular anger which was personified by Anna Hazare and his movement.
That's an interesting point.
So this was part of that.
About the difference in campaign cartoons and the kind of cartoons drawn by political cartoonists. But Professor Shiv Viswanathan, come in here, because the other aspect, as I made that point, that he's a hero of free speech, and very few would have known of him or have even seen this cartoon without this ham-handed move. Is this the problem with governments, whether it's Mamata Banerjee in one sense acting against her cartoons, etc., this overreaction, this insecurity and paranoia?
Let me make 2 points. First, even a bad cartoonist is allowed freedom of speech. The cartoons are not very exciting. Second point is
the rape of Parliament.
Partly it's the use of language. Sometimes it can be in bad taste. But the real cartoons are the politicians. The real caricature of politics is not coming from the cartoonist, it's coming from the political regime. It's coming from the state, because to a certain extent, they don't understand that cartooning is a political hazard. Sedition is seen at a certain level is an occupational hazard of any cartoonist. because to a certain extent he caricatures, he trespasses, he distorts. But that creativity is a part of the democratic imagination. The sadness is not of the cartoonist. They're not extraordinary cartoons. The sadness is a political regime has got so insecure and so lacking in confidence that even a bad cartoon seems to threaten them.
Professor Shiv Viswanathan, I think we can't have better words to end this debate tonight. Thank you all so much, Professor Viswanathan, Jayanto and Keshav, for joining me tonight.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.